Kiko's gonna be pressing that button all day. Are we ready?
All right.
I like when you do the countdown. Come
I like
on.
when I do the countdown.
Come on, man. Do the countdown. Rewind.
All right. 5, 4,
I get so nervous.
2, and 1.
Hey, welcome to Talk About with Lust. I'm your host, Lust. And this is going to be one of my favorite episodes because we have one of my friends from the fifth dimension bringing knowledgeable gifts and joy to life. I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself. Usually you can say your name and your Instagram and all that good stuff, but take it away.
Okay. So my name is Thea. It is pronounced Thea, like Leia, but with a TH.
Hey.
I'm just gonna put that out there right now. Don't get it twisted, okay?
Just put it out there. Let them know.
Instagram is Jungleflower, or Thea Pokes, TheeiaPokes. What do I do? A lot.
To put it all in a bundle, let's call her a little bit of Indiana Jones. The oldest tattooist.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like I probably send you her every time she comes up on my Instagram and say, Thea, that's you.
Oh, so I got a story for you. Well, maybe later in the episode. Maybe later.
And then what else can we do? A little bit of Robin Hood. And a little bit of Namaste, and I love animals.
Little bit of katana in there too.
Hey, and katana. Because you know, some thugs keep 2 guns. Homegirl over here keeps 2 blades.
Literally. I totally forgot that I had these.
Pop them.
Oh, hang on. This one's there we go.
Ooh, don't usually see a lady do that.
This one's a nice one, actually. Just got gifted this one.
For the most part, guys, also, Thea is the one that, she's my archering sensei. I would like to say the first time I ever even shot an arrow, Thea was so well in disciplining me that I was able to do a Robin Hood.
That's right. Your first
session, actually busting it out. I remember I hit that shit and you're like, you Robin Hood. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And I saw it and I remember I was about to take it off. He's like, no, just leave it. Take it home. You don't take that apart.
Keep your first Robin Hood, but the other ones you can be upset over for sure. Because it gets expensive.
It does. And honestly, at least you can spare one of them. But yeah, I mean, here we are. I'm glad you're finally here. I know you told me this is your first time at the studio.
It is my first time at the studio. I've been meaning to come by.
That's crazy.
But
to be honest, September 5th was my 5th year here of having this place. It's crazy. It's been a long time. Baby Chevy, all these great memories I had here. Good old COVID. You know, it's great times. Leaving the tattoo shop, having baby mama drama, tucking away, all that good stuff.
What happened since then, man?
I don't know.
I did a lot.
Yeah, I know you just did a trip. How was that trip?
So I went to the Philippines, right?
The motherland, right?
Yeah.
That's your people's?
Yeah, I was born there, and then I got here to the U.S. around when I was 7. I visited for the first time when I was like
States,
13.
Was where? Florida?
Florida, yeah. Mainly Florida, and then by 18 I started traveling around internationally within the U.S., stuff like that. So,
okay.
You know.
So how was this trip?
Well, I went initially because my nanay died. And, you know, I'd been meaning to go back, and I'd also been meaning to see her, but it is what it is. Dude, all I know is she had a life well lived.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. She popped out 8, 9 kids.
That's a lot. In an
What
indigenous
epidural?
country.
What epidural?
Hey.
Okay.
Thug life.
None of that.
Did she have that tattoo?
She was tinier than me. I was like, how?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
I thought you were like the average height over there. Did he get smaller?
They do get smaller.
I thought people also shrink through age.
So for me, what's going to happen is I'm going to look like I'm 23, 25 until I'm about 65. And then I'm going to lose like 4 inches and like kind of gain some width.
Believe me, I know. You literally will look the same. You like Filipinos, like I want to say like the tiny little Hawaiian ladies that are not really Hawaiian, they're like Japanese or something. They look the same. Like when I went to Hawaii, those older ladies, they look like they look like they're in their 30s and 40s, but they're like, yeah, I'm 99 next week. I'm like, what? How?
Sounds about right. And you're like, you look about 60.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
would you say it's genetics or your diet?
Culturally.
Culturally diet. Because you eat right. I
Yeah.
don't feel like you're
I do eat right, but I do have my moments of fuck it, we ball. But not in the sense of like eating trash. I have high standards when it comes to
Hey.
food. I've had a lot of really good food.
You've had a lot of dumplings in my eyes. I've seen this woman eat like 100 dumplings in a sitting. And if you look at my size, you would think I can clear 100. Everyone in the table will be at fucking Hot Pot.
We had a dumpling pass rule.
Yo, it was so crazy. I've never, bro, this girl, I'm not even trying to be rude. Like, how much do you weigh?
About probably like 97 right now.
All right.
I'm trying to
This
hit 100.
woman, I swear to God, can kill 100 dumplings. I will never forget that day. I remember everyone eating, and I remember just getting full, and you're like, more dumplings, please. And it was like 10 dumplings at a time. More dumplings, please. I'm like, how the fuck? And bro, there's 8 of us, 8 full-grown humans sitting at a table tapping out, and Thea's like,
I was still
looking
going.
like a fucking anime character, just
going.
plates of face.
Well, that's why you hold your bowl. That's why you have a bowl in the first place, so you don't have
Slide
to
it, yeah.
move so much.
That's how you
in order
save
to
energy?
Get the food to your face.
Save
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah, you don't eat a lot of rice in the beginning. Okay,
Of course.
you eat everything.
I think that's where I
like, you
fucked
really...
up because I do love my rice and my soup.
Well, you gotta have rice more often.
Yeah,
But I do think like for me, it's a mixture of genetics for sure. I also have a seriously high metabolism, like
duh.
obviously, but sometimes way too high. So thank God, like that's starting to. I'm
But
working with it.
I feel like since I've known you, never really had like an issue of like, I don't know, like trying to like you not being too little or being too big. I feel like you've always been well proportioned person. You always look healthy.
Probably.
There's people that like
Recently, I at the beginning of the year, I started taking ADD meds. I was taking Wellbutrin, and that stopped the hangry Thea from coming to the door. No, I was losing weight.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so I hit 93 once, and once I saw that, I was like, all right, I'm
Freaking
done.
out.
I'm off the meds.
But what made you want to do that?
Kind of being sick of my own shit.
Yeah.
You know, in ways like my sense of time. I mean, like, yeah, it's just an arbitrary abstract that we use to keep us on a certain track or discipline or what have you. But me, like,
one thing I've always appreciated about you, and it kind of reminds me of me, is that like you're so easy to flow into different scenarios of life, like, and you're not a person that like, sure, you do this job now, and you do it proudly. You don't care what it is, but you know it's a temporary thing. You move on to the next thing. Like some people look at me and like, even at my job, they question me now. There's this old guy that always like, don't you make a lot of money doing tattoos? And he's like, why are you here? And it's like, bro, why the fuck not be here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it's like a couple bucks and yeah, you make whatever, but dude, that second of being outdoors in peace, and like interacting with people from different worlds and like, and driving a fucking airboat is just fucking dope. Like, I mean, I don't see it as like my lifeline fucking destiny.
for sure.
But I'm at it and I'm
Yeah.
fucking loving it. And you've always been that person that's like, even when we worked the tattoos, like, yeah, I'm here, whatever. Oh, I can't work. Okay, I'll be here. And it's like, I'm gonna go do this. And then you always had like different gigs. Like, you had that one gig that you would do those, the
body painting?
The body painting. That shit was
Yeah,
dope as
yeah.
fuck. And I remember
It's funny because a lot of the stuff that I do, it's like at people's request. So people just reach out to me, and then I'll do tattoos, or then I'll do a tarot reading, or like I am requested to play harp at like ketamine therapy sessions where like they have an IV drip and everything. So I'll play harp while they go into it. Yeah. And like I'm like, fuck yeah, I would love to support in that way. That's awesome.
Such a groovy person, guys. No, I mean, I love that shit, dude. And the fact is, like, besides that, you also like to do shit like out of the ordinary for like a chick, and then people, I feel like they see you as like a tiny chick and all that stuff. Be like, ah, she's so delicate, she doesn't do it. And like, bro, you bust down. Woman busted out with 2 knives at the beginning of the show. 5 minutes in,
I bust down harder than most men, to be honest.
How do guys even deal with you?
They don't know. They don't know what the fuck they're dealing with. So like there are times where I won't be taken seriously, and you've seen it, I'm sure, and then like they get their ass handed to them in a very like graceful but still get their ass handed to them manner.
Yeah.
And it's fun for me because I've come to a point now where like sometimes, yeah, I used to take it personally, and now I'm just like, how can I fuck with them?
Yeah.
How can I fuck with them in the best way possible? Right? But in the sense of like really re-educating them on how varied the world can be, how different people can be, and how you can't take how somebody
almost,
looks,
yeah.
For who they are. Because a lot of people like I don't know. I don't think they think that I'm like
no,
what have you.
I don't even
anything.
like, honestly, I don't even know, like, because I've known you for a while now, so it's like, if I was to look at you, I don't even know where the fuck I would think that you are or do, or like what. It's
like what do we even call her?
So
what is this?
What do we got going on here? Look at this nice little Asian lady. Who is she? What's she do?
Oh, she gets paid to stab people over and over. Oh, she sharpens knives better than I ever will.
Yeah. And you fucking being an archer, like, I'm sure there's a lot of controversy.
Oh yeah.
Again, hunting is a fucking manly gig. Like, it's kind of fucked up.
I want to say it's manly in the sense of.
No, I mean like the amount of men in it.
There's for sure.
Not a lot of women.
For sure.
A lot of the motherfuckers are pussies. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
What's been great is that being in the archery industry, I've actually been able to connect with young women and create a space where young girls can even like learn to shoot. Like I just had one of my students get into her first competition.
Dope.
And she won first place.
Dope. I think you posted it recently, right?
Oh yeah, not like I've been telling everybody and their mother about it. I'm so proud.
I feel like I saw you like post a picture or video of it, and that's dope as shit, dude.
Yeah,
that's
super
awesome.
Proud.
I mean, shit, you got Kaya, like my daughter, all into it when that one time, and we even bought her a whole setup and all that. Haven't took her since, but even after that day, she was like down to do it all fucking day.
Oh yeah, it's super helpful for children because it allows them to focus and be present in their body, and
because there's a lot of concentration and being like pausing. Yeah. Shooting is so, this is like breathe, watch your levels,
Yeah, watch how you're gripping the bow, watch your breath, and being
and
really
also not
present.
taking too long. Like being precise with also being with speed and like
there's a lot of patience, perseverance, and presence involved that requires the person in order to be able to shoot properly, because you'll see the results on your target. You'll see it immediately.
Yeah.
You'll be like, what's going on here? Like, yeah. But back to what you're asking about the Philippines.
Yeah.
So I went initially because my grandma passed away, and because I was going back to the Philippines, I was like, all right, I might as well.
Did you stay?
3.5 weeks, almost a month.
But you went with friends too, right?
No, I went by myself. Solo? My mom and my aunt were there, but okay. I've been solo traveling internationally. I don't give a fuck.
No, I thought you might. I wasn't sure if you went with people or not, because you
did
do travel
make a friend.
A lot.
I did make a friend there.
Did you?
Yeah. So after the funeral, it was already my plan to go see Apo Weng Od, the oldest tattoo artist. Yeah, she was on the cover of, I think, Asia Vogue or something like that.
And I think she was also on Forbes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 106.
So
right
picking
now.
away.
And she's still going.
And she's Filipino?
Yeah. Yeah,
damn,
she's
so I'm actually
still
right
going.
when I pick on you. Doo-doo. Pick and poke, guys. Pick and poke joke.
So I
So you saw her?
So I took a van to go, because you have to go in a van to go up the mountains, and it's a very remote village, right? And I went up in a van and it's like midnight 30 and it's like hailing and like raining like crazy outside. It's just ridiculous going up the mountains. And for a second I was like scared for my life. but the way the driver was like one hand doing them twists and turns, like homie
little
been on
cliff.
it, okay? He been on that road.
Looking
and
like one of those rams in the mountains, just on their tippy toes.
So in the middle of the night, I think it was around 3 a.m., we end up coming to a stop because there is a landslide. So we were stuck up in the mountains in a small town for 2 days, no power.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What did you do?
So the first night we just kind of like camped out in the van. There was like 3 other Filipina girls and then like actually one traveler from the US that was towards the
Do you
front.
still speak and understand all that?
Tagalog?
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with Tagalog. I grew up with Hebrew.
Okay.
That's a whole other story because I was
Damn.
raised Jewish.
Okay. Oh yeah.
But I did learn.
Totally forgot about that part.
But I did learn
She's
some
so
Tagalog.
mysterious.
I know, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. But I mean, like, once you travel internationally, you get a semblance of how to communicate even without words, and also bridge the gap with people that you can't fully communicate with. It's actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
But anyway,
real recognize real type
oh,
shit.
for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, there
in
was
the
this
eyes.
woman who she owned a convenience store, and we call it a sari store that we were
Sorry.
sari, like SARI.
Okay.
It's a convenience store. So we posted up in front of there for, I think, the night. And the next day, she invited us into her place, right, for like lunch or something. And she had a whole feast.
I think I saw
set
that
up
video.
for us.
It's like
And
I'm eating at a random person's house.
no, it's so cool. It's such a Filipino thing, especially during disasters, to like really
Actually,
help others
yeah.
and like be there, for community. It's
What happened to us? Why are we so fucked up here?
You want me to answer that? Because that's a loaded
I don't know.
question.
I feel like I triggered your brain the way you batted your eyes right now. I was like, America. But keep going. That's dope though.
It was cool because that's when I met the US traveler. And I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed because, they should have just canceled, because it turned out to be a whole ass typhoon that we got caught in. I have videos.
Really?
Yeah, of the river was going nuts, bro. Like there was like, you want to see it? I'll send it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah,
on the
for
show.
sure.
So
Fucking
guys, make sure
crazy.
to check this clip. We're gonna try something new. I guess Kiko said.
No, it's crazy.
So besides that, before I interrupt your story right now, what is an actual like a traditional Filipino funeral though?
So because of the Spanish conquest, the homies were up in it for too long. Okay.
It's crazy because I know the Philippines have more than like 200 languages in just one country or some shit like that, right?
Yeah. So in different areas, you're going to have different practices, different traditions, things like that. We did have a procession. It was a super long procession, but they did have a wake. And for my nanay, it was almost like a week long. Right. And the tradition is that you don't leave them unattended, and it has to be attended by a family member.
Okay.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, like in the Philippines, like during funerals, like we keep the house pretty much open so people can come by and pay their respects. Yeah. But like a lot of people be coming through. Yeah. Like whole village, everybody around. I remember the last day, because my sleep schedule was so fucked. I woke up and apparently it was like the last night of the wake and the pastor was talking. My mom woke me up and she's like, "Hey, we need you to say some words." I was step outside of the property. There were so many people. There was like an audience. And I'm still like, huh? What's going on? I wasn't ready to talk about, the connection that I had with my grandma, who she was the one that raised me during my formative years. So I was way more connected to her and her energy than my own mother.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, I do feel like that created a very different type of being within me. because of just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
awesome.
ever since, you know, then, like, even from like 7 and on, I've been super independent. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Since I've met you, you've been getting it, dude. I don't feel like you've ever been like. I feel like when they made Independent Woman or Soul Survivor, they were talking about you. Good old Destiny's Child. I'm a survivor.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. They were even in the jungle and everything.
Yeah, so anyway, this typhoon, because it was a whole ass typhoon that we got caught in. I didn't know, but whatever. I remember that day I was pissed and I was looking around, I was like, fuck, like I really thought it like how far are we from her? Like could I go hike to her, you know, by foot? Turned out to be 40 miles. That's a lot. It's a lot of
It's like
miles.
a whole day of walking.
Yeah, you think that's just like one day? Because that could have been like a couple days.
I mean, the thing is, like, you'd be surprised, like,
how much you would cover, and also mountainous area, and also landslides.
Fuck that.
Landslides.
It's like 2 days.
So like uphill.
2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm like looking around. I'm like, damn, like, but I shouldn't be going by myself. I don't have GPS. I turn to me. I see the traveler from the US. I haven't said shit to him. You know what I see on his backpack?
What?
A GPS. So I'm like, could I convince this motherfucker to join me and hike 40 miles? I don't know his ass. Do we even have any food on us? No. Anyway.
I'm sure you can figure it out.
Yeah. So we ended up chatting, you know, and it ends up not happening, but it was funny because like the next day we're just sitting there until the roads can clear up, right? The next day goes into the next night and we're just sitting in front of the convenience store and we got to witness a mountain spirit.
Enlighten me, please.
So when I say
mountain spirit,
a mountain spirit, in Filipino myth and folklore, it's called a Saint Elmo or Saint Elmo's fire.
Okay.
But essentially, because like I had no idea, I think I was laying down on the bench and homie, he saw it, but he was like, I gotta be tripping. So he didn't say anything until I got up and I was like, the fuck is that? And this thing is zooming. You know, homie needed somewhere to go, but he was just kind of like going back and forth. And even though we were perceiving this mountain spirit,
like a hazy light source?
It was like a bright blue and white light source. Like imagine, yeah, it was an orb, but it was moving. And I had a really strong flashlight on me, so you bet your ass, like I was like, hello, nothing. I didn't see anything there, and then it disappeared for a little bit. Then it showed up again. And then when I flashed it again, because it's on the mountainside, I got to see what the mountain looked like and get an understanding of the depth and where the trees are, things like that. Homie was above the trees.
Talking about supernatural real quick. Sorry to pause it. So apparently the Native Americans have a boogeyman that they call tree people.
Okay.
And they're little tiny tree people, and they live in the Everglades. My boys are telling me about these tiny little people, and we decided to go to the Everglades to go hunting real quick after work. We're driving down the woods. It's super late. It's about 10 o'clock at night. And while we were even driving, my boy's like, look, there's a tree person over there. And I didn't see it. But we keep driving. Eventually, out of nowhere, because we're looking for snakes down the road. And out of nowhere, I guess something saw the light, and you can see something like almost in the distant corner. And when we got up to it, it jumped out of the trees and then made a sound that was like, whoosh, and it was like a little person. And they all started tripping. It was like a little person. Dude, I'm not going to lie. Every time I told that story for like 3 days after, I got instant chills. But yeah, I think we might have came across a little tree person.
Can you describe what it looked like?
I mean, the thing is, like, the only thing you can see in the distance, like, because a lot of the animals, even in the Everglades, have, like, reflective eyes.
Yeah.
Like, they just turn red when light hits it.
Right.
So, for a distance, you can see, like, something was in the tree just because, like, you saw, like, almost eyes. But the thing is, like, we just kept ignoring and just, like, but when we got close enough, like, it jumped out. And it didn't sound like an iguana jumping out or a bird about to fly.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like a person jumping out of a fucking tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that it said words, it was like a very whispering. I was joking around and I said it would say Westchester sauce. Westchester sauce. Because that's a very hard word to say. And it sounds creepy. But, dude, that shit was fucking nuts. Because, I mean, people see, like, believe in, like, we have a swamp ape. We don't have Sasquatch or Bigfoot. We have swamp apes. And I low-key feel like I've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, but it's weird because, like, it could also be a person, but it's, like, literally just, like, I don't know, you see a figure walking, and it's not like a deer, because you can just tell it's what a deer looks like. I mean, but everything is so distant when you're out there.
Yeah.
And everything's almost like a haze. I don't know. The Everglades is trippy. Like, the energy in it. Like, so it can be anything. Because even the more I work there, the more I learn. It's almost like when I sit on that airboat, it's almost like trippy to be out there. It almost feels like you're sitting on a grave. But it's also like you can almost feel the history in it when you look at it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's very rich and teeming with life. You just can't see it. It's really fascinating, the Everglades.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I'm just saying, even like being in the mountains of the Philippines, there's so much energy.
Oh, for sure.
In old history, because the thing is, like, people have such a conception of time, and their time is like limited. I feel like we have a conception of like white man time. Like, like psychologically, we only understand like the constructions of life. Like, but there's been native people here for years.
Oh, for sure.
And they were doing the most randomest, most natural things in the world. Like, it's just kind of hard to explain, like, and even like explain what I'm trying to say or like grasp a concept. But it's like this land, just a natural land, because the Everglades is no structural.
Right.
When you look at the land, you can almost see people living amongst it. Because like another thing I learned is like, so like Seminole Indians. The word Seminole apparently comes from the like a Latin word as runaway Indians, right? So them being runaway Indians, and that makes sense why they built. Now I see the cheeky huts. They lived in cheeky huts because if you know, and if anyone, a lot of people don't know about the Everglades, it's super shallow, but nowadays it's kind of high. But even like a couple 100 years ago, it was knee high, ankle high. And these motherfuckers lived in cheeky huts, like straight up still houses with no windows, no walls. It's just a cheeky hut, just fucking big palm trunks and fucking palm leaves, an open format. And they would sleep on that because they would have to see for the white colonial, not even the white, it was actually Spaniards. The Spaniards fucking hunting for them. So they'll live in these little fucking dry spots in the fucking Everglades and canoe along to each other. Like almost like Venice on fucking flatboats and like paddle, like, yeah, so like they're pretty much paddleboarding.
Yeah.
Before paddleboarding became cool, and then you have these Lululemon bitches wearing them and riding these shits. These motherfuckers would paddleboard across fucking from hut to hut to hang out with their friends and family. And when I sit on that boat, it's like you can see it and you can almost feel it. Like,
it's really fascinating to me because these spaces have, yes, there's a rich history, and there's also a much deeper connection to the land because of that rich history, and especially with those people.
And another thing I heard, they ran over there and like they ran towards the Keys because the Spaniards were scared of alligators. So they wouldn't fuck. That's why almost Native Americans do have a way of handling gators. Like, it's one thing to get taught by some random dude, and then one thing to get taught by an actual Seminole. Like, you're being passed down like ancient knowledge of how to communicate with a gator. It's fucking nuts. But like, dude, I almost think about it. Imagine living in huts like that. I think that's so dope. You just wake up to the Everglades in your backyard all the time. It's fucking nuts. Like, I would love to live in a stilt house in the middle of the Everglades.
I find it fascinating how, you know, the more modern we get, the more we also want to go back to the basics.
Oh,
because we're very disconnected in many ways.
I love where I live now.
Yeah.
Straight boonies. It's funny, I found out where I live. I live right by Domino Sugar.
Oh goodness.
That's how far I'm out there. I'm over by the rice fields
Mm-hmm.
and the sugarcane fields.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking sick. There's nothing. You wake up, you see sandhill cranes,
Mm-hmm.
different types of ducks, migrating ducks, very little cars, no traffic. And it's just like, how the fuck did we get finessed? Even being a brown person.
Yeah.
How they tricked my people to think this was okay.
It's so fascinating. When I was in the Philippines, a lot of people would talk about like, oh, it must be so wonderful in the US and blah, blah, blah. Like, I really want to go there. And I tell them,
It's a lot of work.
you know, there's a lot of amenities. Don't get me wrong. It's
Oh.
very pretty. There's a lot of access to a lot of things that you might
Amazing.
not have here in the Philippines. However, when it comes to, like finances or making money, you're going to be spending even more than what you're making. Hands down.
Over here.
Over here in the
Because you
US.
think you need
hands
all
down.
these things.
And also just like paying to live is very different. In the Philippines, I remember I would wake up and we would have communal feasts for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And breakfast time, I would look at the table and this is a shit ton of food, right? There's fucking prawns on the table too, okay? And I'm like, this is at least 75 USD.
But I've seen you eat
at
the
least.
size of 5 grown men.
It's not just me, I swear. And I'd ask them, I was like, how much did you guys pay for all this food? And they're like, maybe like $10. $10.
And it's all real food, though.
It's all
from
yeah.
the yard. The crazy thing is, like, we over here, if you think about it, we surplused everything. We farm raised cows. You know, that's not even a regular fucking diet for us. Like, cows are not normal. They're not normal animals that was like there to hunt. You don't even see people hunting cows. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. So like we got chickens, we got cows, we fucking farm raise every fucking fish under the sun. But then now everything's expensive. And then you go to these countries, right? That everything's from the yard, you know? It's wild. Or they have it like free range, or the fish is from the ocean.
But the thing
Wow.
is,
But it's cheap.
they take responsibility for their food.
Meaning?
We're disconnected from obtaining our food. They take their food straight from the source. So it's kind of like with bow hunting, and this is a deep core belief of mine that if I'm going to eat meat, I would like to start taking responsibility for that meat and not have somebody that probably doesn't have the same morals or principles that I do and care and honor to do that for me. Now, am I there yet? No. But I'm getting there.
Cool.
I'm getting there, and I'm very close.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited about that because I don't want nobody touching my food except me.
Yeah.
I want to be responsible for that.
Even like, I mean, I remember before getting into the whole hunting thing and all that, and honestly, you've been there through the whole journey since I've done it, but my number one thing was lobsters. I'm not the guy that goes all, like, one season's there, I'm there all regular season, but mini season, I'm the Lord of lobsters, and I'm gonna go get my shit. And I remember, and lobsters not even that expensive, like regular Florida lobsters, I want to say they go for like $6-7 a pound, right?
Okay.
But the thing is, like, me personally, I catch my limit. So I don't do nothing less, nothing more. So I go the 2 days, I catch my limit, whatever. And I save those lobsters, I think, because I'm pretty sure it's 12 during mini season and then 6 in the regular season or some shit like that. But so I save those lobsters and I just eat them throughout the year. And then the thing is, it's funny because so many people be like, Josh, I saw you got lobsters. You got so many. Let me buy off some of you. And it's like, nah, because at the same time, like I even said in an episode, sure, if you gave me $100, maybe I'll fucking give you a lobster. But for $7 a fucking pound, I don't need your $21. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much pride to me to be able to do that as a human,
For sure.
The fact that I saw this thing living, I killed it, I cleaned it. Because another thing is, like, I kill it for a purpose. People that do it, that work for it, they kill it for the dollar. You get what I'm saying? So I'm killing it because I need its energy. The other guys kill it because he needs to get a paycheck. So that's one thing I already see it off for it.
Yeah.
Another thing is like the fact that like I just like the fact that I can harvest it. It's all my meat. No, there's no middleman.
Exactly.
It was
There's
the
no
ocean to
middleman.
me to my plate.
Exactly.
And like I remember there was a point when I worked at I was like at the beach. I mean at the bitch. But when I worked at the beach, I used to fucking I'll catch my fish, I'll catch my lobster at work. And then I lived with my family. My family has like lentils and like papayas. And I would literally like eat my fish, just the fish, make a salad, and then make fresh juice. And I was so happy because it's so simple food. There's nothing like it's like your
very
mentality
simple.
changes.
Yeah, very
especially
very
if you
simple.
keep that type of. And I remember at that time I even drove a Monte Carlo, but I still rode my bicycle for 2 years. And I would ride my bike from my mom's house to the beach in Fort Lauderdale. And collectively that was 21 miles a day. And then I would swim about 6 football fields a day.
Damn, I could have borrowed somebody's bike.
In the Philippines?
Yeah.
Damn it! I
was like,
could have done it.
Thought about that.
Yeah.
Oh man. truly,
But
truly.
all
though, I
through
was
the
thinking about
mountains
that.
with the
Maybe.
fucking mudslides, I would have fucking got a sled.
You gotta see what I'm talking about because that shit was prolific.
But nah, either way, it's just like you said, man. I'm so excited to like my boss right now, and then even one of my hunting mentors. The fact that they were like, I haven't ate meat from Publix in 8 years is like, Jesus, motherfucker.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
You're killing
That's
it.
super cool. You know, like why would I want to fund these companies that I can't trust to have the same principles as I do, you know?
The fucked up part is they fucking treat these animals like shit.
They do. They do.
And that's a lot of fucking negative energy just to me. Before they put all the hormones and all the processed bullshit. Energy is probably the most toxic thing that they put in this meat.
Ooh, now that's a line. For sure. I truly feel that way because I think, you know, when you take responsibility for what you eat, you gain a deeper connection with the earth and you become a part of the cycle of the earth. And it's crazy to me because people see it as such a negative thing and I'm like,
that's the
the
same
fuck
way.
you doing? The fuck
It's
you
also
doing?
the same
You know,
thing.
paying somebody for this big ass steak. You don't know what they did to it. You don't know how they treated that
You don't even
animal,
know
that
the
living
animal.
being.
It's like, look, when I started hunting, I instantly called you about the wings, because I remember I killed my first duck, and I only kept very minimal of the hide and all the body parts. But even to a point that like I saw an episode, I don't breast my ducks no more. I eat the whole duck. Because it's just like to kill a duck for a breast is fucking selfish, you know?
Yeah.
But
It's wasteful.
It's very wasteful. But the fact is about hunting is like, and you would think my girl even said it the other day, is like, she used to think taxidermy was weird. I did too. But taxidermy is so dope because the fact is that now you're appreciating the animal.
Yeah.
So the fact, like when I hit you up and I remember you showed me that wing that one time, we did that whole background story that you told me about. It's illegal to cut wings and all that, and it is true. It's fucking because it's more migratory birds and all that crap. But when you taught me how to do that wing stuff, it was so dope because the thing is like I have that wing forever. I have those legs forever, you know. And the thing is, as a hunter, you don't get to be, and not even as a hunter, as a human being, we do not get to interact with animals no more. You know what I mean? Naturally.
Yep.
It does happen natural, like to good soul occurrences. And you've had your share of random occurrences with animals. I've had my fair share of occurrences with live animals. But when you actually kill them, you get to see this fucking animal. And like, even a brown duck has so much fucking colors. There's so much iridescence. And the black wings, like the details, like like the anatomy of these animals is so unreal. Like
It's
life is
incredible.
fucking, as much as humans are like unbelievable, these animals have such crazy colors. Like looking into their eyes, like actually holding them, and eventually when you cut them open, see like the chest of, like, we have a rib cage. A bird has a rib cage, but then a big rib bone that goes over here, and these two pockets are hollowed for muscle, because of the wings. So it's like when you break down these animals and you see how they're built and the mechanics is almost opening up an engine, a living engine, no gas, pure water. You know what I mean? But it's like seeing that stuff and then saving these body parts is like, it's kind of fucked up that so many people are just so quick to throw that burger in without meeting that fucking cow or some shit.
For sure. And even with taxidermy, I mean, like, you know, people have been looking at me sideways.
Oh, yeah.
I will say this. There is, I want to say, a rise in interest in skulls and stuff like that. It's very cute. It's very cute.
Real cute.
Really cute, right? But it's very different to actually, you know, start from the bottom and work all the way to having the skull and seeing the process of it all
and how
and
to
work.
peel it back. Because I'm not gonna lie, you're the one that taught me how to peel back that duck head. You know what I mean? So it's like that shit's work, bro.
Yeah.
And if you want to keep it precise and clean, you can't not just give a fuck. Like you have to appreciate it. You have to like want to preserve it. You want to like it takes respect. And that's another thing is like. And I appreciate hunting all the way. Like I had so many controversies and people talk shit about it. It's like, and there's also that stigma, that redneck bullshit stigma. It's like, oh, that's the only people that kind of hunt. But it's like, bro, and it's like,
oh yeah, the homies that been here before all of us.
Yeah.
Did they not do that? Did they not hunt?
With no camo, no nothing,
no
bare
camo,
skin,
no nothing, no
looking like Mowgli,
deer, extra, you know, scents or anything. You know, they be out here.
Yeah.
You know, putting it together by themselves, and
it's
they
just
were in
dope.
relationship with the earth.
And it's dope too because besides hunting and then like killing this one animal, and another thing is like what people don't understand too, it's called hunting, it's not called killing. Like you're literally there stalking and sitting for hours. So with these times, what happens is you actually learn the ecosystem, learn the earth. Another thing is what people don't understand, you actually sit your ass on the ground, which is good. That's why technically even in chakras, your like your butt and your fucking like your core is your ass and your like actual private parts in a way. That's your ground because you're supposed to sit that on the earth and recharge. It's not just your bare foot. So sitting in the ground and looking through the elements, you learn like the functions of life, and you pause and you think and like you look at the sky, and then you start learning animal behaviors. And when you see animal behaviors, you know what's going to come out next. It's almost like listening to your favorite CD over and over again. You know all the songs. So even like with me with fishing, if I see midnight parrotfish, there's going to be a hogfish. If I see a hogfish, there's most likely lobsters. If there's lobsters, there's most likely groupers. You know what I mean? So it's like learning your surroundings, and we're so not there.
What I've talked to people about, because you know they would say like, oh, how can you kill these animals and go hunting and da da da, and little do they know how the actual ecosystem that they live nearby works.
Yeah.
They have an idealized, you know, thought form of what the ecosystem is and that it's already in perfection. But they don't know that it's overrun with pythons, you know, and it's actually ruining the ecosystem. They don't know that hogs tear up all of it, the native ecosystem. And by actually hunting them, you are ensuring that the native ecosystem continues the way it's
me and my
meant to.
friends were actually talking about that would be cool. So we take 10 king cobras and we put beacons in them, like tracking devices, just like our great whites, and we let them go through the Everglades. And the thing is, king cobras only eat Burmese pythons. They only eat big snakes, because not like other snakes, because they have hoods. They don't have just like the skin, so they can't stretch to eat. Because they get fucking 14, 15 feet big. Yeah. But they can't eat like a fucking gator or buffalo. They can only eat things the shape as them. So they only eat snakes. So it's like we should get 10 only males, so no one can reproduce.
Triple check that they're males, okay?
Fucking 10 king cobras with beacons, let them go and let them fucking run through the Everglades every year and catch them and then see them. And then it's like, watch that population leave. But honestly, I feel like it's all funding, man. I don't think they even give a fuck. Like,
I mean, the government pays for people to kill, you know, and find ball pythons, which is good.
Burmese.
sorry, not bald, but mermaids. You're right. Thank you. And I also know that in Florida, there's already this issue in the past of people introducing species to get rid of other species.
Yeah.
And they're just
It
not
never
working
works.
out.
I
It
mean,
just
the love
doesn't
bug.
work out.
The love bug's like one of
Don't
the
even
biggest
get me
ones.
started.
It was
Don't
made
even
in
get me-
UF to eat mosquitoes, but the second they're born, they like to fuck. So they never eat mosquitoes. Now we got love bugs, and we got bugs all over our cars all through March when you drive through the highway. But
So
I mean, there's
bad.
even hornets. Hornets have no purpose. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but honestly, it's like I don't know. I honestly I can't say the damage that's being done to the Everglades is our fault, because they also say like the invasive animals is our fault. But you also got to understand that major hurricane that happened multiple years ago, fucking Hurricane Andrew, ripped through this motherfucker, and all those pet shops broke down.
Oh, that's true.
That's a lot of fucking pet shops.
That's very true. Yeah.
So they can say that, yeah, fucking
people release pythons in the Everglades and stuff like that.
Yeah, or even all these fish. Like, we even say it like, oh, this is because someone dropped it off. Sure, to an extent. But like, to be real honest, and I never knew that, the fucking iguanas have been here for 500 years. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was not our fault.
That
shit came with like the Spaniards. That shit they came with them. So they can easily say, even like the curly tails, the Bahamian curly tails, been here for more than 100 years.
Yeah.
I thought they were fucking
like they just came through
on the banana boat.
Yeah.
Just fucking crates of banana. That's what I've always been told. Yeah, they come in your bananas and shit. It's like, oh, that's some racist ass shit. But but it's like, nah, these motherfuckers been here. So like, and me being a person that like likes animals, and I also have I like to collect my share of animals. It's like FWC, they just keep making these rules and regulations, and I feel like it's just for funding, because they do make a lot of money. Tickets are not cheap, and also
That's
fucking
true.
making and then another thing is like, you also make a lot of people that work for free, voluntary work.
Yep.
Because you got to collect your hours.
Yep.
So that's a fucking easily slave trade right there. So it's like, yeah, it's just like crazy. Because another thing too is like, look, and people in the Everglades always told me, before FWC, you were allowed to kill as many deers as you want, right?
Yeah.
There was, and this is back in the days, they were telling me there were so many deers by Shark Valley, you know?
Yeah.
Big Cypress, that these motherfuckers, and it sounds crazy because I'm actually going to have an episode with one of my boys that fucking, he's 50 years old, but he's been in the industry, he's been in the Everglades forever, he does all the show. But long story short, they used to take, in the little roads in the Everglades, they used to take 2 trucks, put chains on it, and drive through the Everglades and kill any deers that were in their path. You would feel that you would kill a deer when you felt the, so just go da 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 da, and come back, and they'll get their 10 deers, and that's it. They had all their meat for the year.
Wow.
That's how much fucking animals.
That's a lot. Like 10 deer is a lot.
It's a lot.
You can for one deer you can feed a family of 4.
Yeah. So my boss even says it. So in Georgia, you're allowed to kill 16 deers. If you eat more than that, you're a fucking like he was like, if you eat through 16 deers in a year, you're a fucking retard, or you're selling it. He's like, he's like, I'm talking about family of 8. There's no reason you can't, like, even in Florida, you're only allowed technically $2 in a doe. That's supposed to last your family the whole year. That's fucking crazy. If you think
that's
about
a lot.
That's
a
a
lot of fucking meat.
But no, I'm just trying to say is like, they're so quick to blame that we're fucking the ecosystem. But even back then, there was millions of deers here, and now there isn't. So whose fault is it?
Yeah.
It's not us.
I mean, it could
We're
be.
not over hunting it.
No.
Because if anything,
not.
even when they were over hunting it, they were still fucking like, they were out there.
Yeah. I will say this, like, hogs need to go.
Oh no, for sure.
Hogs need to go. Yeah. And I'm not saying that's because I don't like appreciate nature or animals.
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize, like, I've walked through, big swaths of land in Florida, and the way they tear up the ecosystem is fucked.
Oh no, flip the whole shit.
Fucked up. And I'm like, I wish these Miami vegans knew what the fuck they talking about. I wish.
I mean, dude, you do make a big difference. And another thing is like, there's so many of them. I know people that are hunting them over here in Davie in the cane fields just to
Oh,
get them out of the
really?
property type shit.
Wow.
So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing hogs like in downtown Hollywood, like just fucking moving around the bushes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But no, hunting is one of the things I've always appreciated, like before, and I'm glad I'm even like part of the community.
Yeah.
Because if anything, is like, I even tell people I don't hunt anymore just to hunt. I actually appreciate the days I don't catch anything because I got to spend that time. Like, you'd be surprised what 5 hours by yourself in the middle of the nature would do to you, yo.
I'm not. I know exactly what it is. And
like, I even go out there, I tell people I'm over there looking like cotton on gin. Like, I fall asleep with my gunshot. I'm just like there. And I wake up like, holy fuck, I was supposed to be hunting. And I see the skies and I just sit there. It's like, it's insane. It almost feels like a dream. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not really even there.
It's very dreamy, like in the Everglades, to just look at the sky, especially watching it change. Crazy. Like, I know we're flat here, you know, like the land is flat, but them sunsets, those things are mountainous right there.
It's funny because that show that I watched, Meat Eaters, he's like, some of the best thing about hunting is you'll see sunsets that no one ever gets to see in their life. Mm-hmm. Like the colorations, the patterns. One of my favorite sunsets is like as you're driving like west on the I-10 in Louisiana. It's some of the sunsets that, like, even to this day, between the like the willow trees and all that, it's just unreal when you're on the highway. Those colors, like the trees. It's like I was gonna say, even here, like the cypress, walking through the cypress, like when there's still a little bit of water, the moss is out, and it's like foggy. That 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning fog with the sunrise, trippy, yo. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's that. What is it called? I don't know, like that twilight.
Yeah,
that twilight hour or something like that, twilight zone.
So how would you even encourage someone into like trying to hunt more? Even let's say girls these days.
Girls? Well, interestingly enough, I have had thoughts about starting like, you know, like a women's
like
archery club association, just to have that space for women to feel comfortable to shoot and know other people that either bow hunt or into archery.
Yeah,
just
and
for
then
the art of
obviously
it.
have some weird guy creeping behind her neck. He's like, this is how you do it. You pull it just like that. It's like, yo, that's the thing about like guys too at this industry. I feel like there'll be just big creeps. It's like, bitch,
it's either
this
they're
woman's trying to learn how to survive,
or you know, they don't take you seriously.
Yeah, that too.
However,
which one's worse?
The ones that don't take you seriously.
Yeah, that's the fucked up.
You do have. Well, no, sorry. Actually, it's the creeps. 100%. It's the creeps. I remember one of my.
You already expect expect.
Yeah, I expect people not to take me seriously, and then I just, you know, like slide them some education, and then they're like, "Oh shit, this girl knows more than me." When it comes to putting a bow together. You know, putting my bow together. Yeah. I'm about to fix this guy's bow.
If you guys watch her Instagram, you'll see that grouping. It's just unreal. Pretty consistent.
It's, you know what's really funny? I do get the opportunity to connect with other bow hunters that do, you know, see me as I am, and they always tell me like, "Hey, if you ever want to hunt, I got some private property. You're more than welcome to come through." And listen, I've hit 45 pounds. Like 35 pounds is technically. Is it 40? I think 37 or 40 pounds is a pass through on a deer, right? I want to hunt turkey.
You know how hard that is, though, to bow hunt a turkey?
Hell
you gotta
yeah.
be so close.
Well, okay. I was thinking I would be in a blind, right? And yeah, they would be able to see me, so I have to be really careful about my movement.
Would you be in a blind or a tree blind?
No, I'd be in a blind.
Okay.
For sure.
That's even tougher.
That's even tougher?
I mean,
I love making it as hard as possible.
But another thing, one thing my old mentor used to say is like, if you ever kill a turkey out of a tree, you're a fucking pussy.
Oh, for sure.
Like, that's cheating.
For sure, that is cheating. Yeah. No, you got to be with the shits or not.
All the way down. Mm-hmm. One leg up, one leg down. Like
so I wanted. I'm gonna grab these like guillotine broadheads, and they're like 4 inches long. Yeah, so they'll spin and, you know, just like cut the head. But I've been wanting to get turkey for the longest time, mainly
Have you
because
been
the
practicing your call?
feathers. No, not yet.
You got to. That's
Do
the
I have
hardest
to?
part.
Yeah, is it the hardest part?
Because the thing is like,
Because I think hitting the turkey and making sure it doesn't
No.
see you is the hardest part.
yo, you'd be surprised. Like ghosting a turkey, like getting it to come is insane. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because it's just like, it's actually the thrill. Like, so you're
Mhm.
playing this game, it's just like,
Oh,
you
like
just,
with
wait.
that.
You start with
yeah.
the box,
Oh, okay.
but then once the turkey's like 50 fucking feet or 50 yards from you, it's all the
Yeah, the mouthpiece.
and the reed, that shit tickles. And another thing is like you're sitting there, so it's like sometimes it builds up with fucking saliva, so it doesn't hit. Like it's a lot very weird. But the cool thing is, I love when like people that I've seen is they've been turkey hunting for so long they actually can make it with their actual mouth.
That's awesome.
And that's dope. But like
that's super cool.
the biggest high of a turkey is getting to talk with a turkey, and you just see the male. Because another thing as a turkey, so how does it work? Turkey is the only hunt you imitate a woman.
Easy. Because I am one.
But most hunts you're imitating another male. Like saying, hey, let's fucking party. Like ducks. Even a duck call. Like there's obviously different tones, but most of it's like, hey, what's up? There's bitches, there's food, come drink. And it's 5 a.m. You know, it's like, let's get party. It's like an actual duck hunt. The more ducks you have, the easier it is to kill ducks. Because it's like they want to party at 7 a.m.
I love that for them.
It's
Hell
fucking
yeah.
dope. It's so crazy. They wake up.
Can we go duck hunting? I want to go duck hunting.
It's season right now. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm
You
about
got
it.
waiters?
I can get waiters. I know a spot.
Yeah, for real. I mean, just need waiters, and then honestly, I was about to buy another gun. There's actually a gun that I need to buy at Bass Pro Shop. It's fucking. I'm tired of using pump action. I want to go full semi-auto because that whole thing, like, all right, duck, miss, oh shit, miss, and that whole you
How
lose
come
seconds.
you missing?
I mean, I don't always miss, but like,
How come you missing in the
there's
first
there's
place?
a lot
What's
of
up with that?
there's a lot of times it takes all 3 bullets. That sucks.
Damn, that's a
trash.
waste.
It is. It is. But either way, the cool thing about a duck is just the fact that like you call them and they fucking lay. I've been in a duck blind before and it's dope as fuck. You see ducks. And the cool thing about ducks too is like so you have those headphones that you can hear the sound.
Yeah.
So like right before the sun comes out, all you hear is and it's all these ducks having conversation like about to like in my head they're like, oh yeah, I'm about to wake up, we're gonna do this, and they're all whispering to each other. And then eventually it's like you get legal limit to shoot. So you get 30 minutes before sunrise. So boom, sunrise, 30 minutes. So you go, and you call, and then you hear them all waking up like, someone's at party. It's like frat boys, yo. I swear to God, that's how duck works. They're like, what? And then they all wake up, and then you just start saying, yo, it's so crazy. And again, the sunsets, I will never forget. You just see a flock of fucking, and another thing, ducks always swim in flying pairs. So if you see one, that means one got shot.
No,
but the crazy thing, so they start running flocks, and you see the whole school, and then that's it. So what you see, and they're never always on top of you. You kind of miss them. So you see them in the horizon. The best thing is you go, oh shit, there's ducks at fucking 3 o'clock. Call them. And then all you see is this. They all come towards you. You're like, shut the fuck up. I would never forget my first day. And you see these ducks just coming. You're like, holy shit. You ready? You're ready. I'll tell you when to shoot. And then you just line up and just like boom, 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 boom. And there's like just little missiles. And it's crazy because yo, they're fighter jets. My boy always says they're fighter jets because you see them just dodging bullets like phew, phew,
awesome.
and then just dip and then just fly off. And another way you know it's a duck, because ducks never stop flapping their wings. They're just fucking just flying. But dude, the toys that we have are insane. We have ducks digging underwater, going like this.
Yeah.
We have ducks that their butts just go like this. So it's like one big party. And then deer, you're just acting like a horny ass male the whole time. Like, who wants to fight? Who wants and then you're attracting another male to like, hey, motherfucker, this is my block. And then boom. But turkey, the whole fucking thing is you're literally trying to imitate a girl. So like there's fucking like 5 different syllables for turkey. Like, hey, let's have fun. Like, oh, I'm so I'm so hungry. Or like, hey, I'm lonely. So it's like shit like that, and you learn all these calls, and then you hope the male just keeps talking, and you can hear him just like go 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 go, go, and he'll come back, and then dude, and then eventually he's there, and then that's it. It's busting time.
I mean,
But it's
I'm
hard.
excited for it. I know it's hard. I'm not scared of that.
A
I ain't
turkey can
scared.
see as good as an eagle.
Yes,
and they see color.
Yes, they
can. They can see blue and they can see red.
all that shit.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy.
Insane.
It's so cool.
They always said if a turkey can smell as good as a deer, we'll never kill one. Because that's another thing. A deer, bro, they can smell you.
I got one homie. I worked on his bow, and he has some property up in Arcadia, and he's like, "Listen, I've shot everything from my kitchen window.
Hey,
you want to come through? Just come by like the crack ass of dawn."
Yeah, but it's almost cheating out there.
It is almost, but
Florida
that's why I'm like, I can tell he is a hunter because like homie's like,
I feel like they're all built the same way too.
He's like hella built and shit, and he's got.
They're not really fat guys, but they're not also skinny guys, but they're all like fit, lean.
Yeah,
they're all like tough. It's funny because they all have the same body type. Like they just stand the same way. They're like, yeah.
I know exactly what
they
you're
walk
talking
around
about.
with backpacks all day, like, and they all have like fucking their forearms and their hands are fucking
ripped,
rough. Yeah, like they'll break your fingers and shit.
It's cool because I know that guy has like blinds everywhere, like tree blind, and I can probably like just test it all.
I just found out.
But if I'm not at like 55 pounds minimum. Really, I really want to be at 60 pounds.
How
like
much
draw
you pulling
weight.
Right now?
I'm drawing 45 right now. Yeah.
So what do you gotta do? More push-ups?
Well, I mean, first of all, gain more weight because I'm still not even in the triple digits, bruh.
Hey, grow up, bro.
Dude, I was there, and then I started taking the ADD meds, and now I gotta work my way up all the way back again.
More dumplings,
bro. I'll never live that down.
Dude, that's lit, bro.
Shit
They're
was so
delicious, but I can't. How the fuck?
How do you eat so many? I still haven't been back.
So how does your spiritual community feel about you being a hunter? They don't give a fuck.
I think they haven't heard me really talk about it in a public way.
I feel like they're
but the thing is, like,
point your finger too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's really dependent on like how far along they are within their own, I guess, spiritual practices, because some of them have finally come all the way back from high maintenance veganism to realizing like, it's all about honoring your relationship. It's all about like giving thanks for the relationship and like recognizing, your connection to it and your standard.
What's up with that whole everyone? Like, I feel like everyone went through a vegan phase and everyone's gone through like a super spiritual phase. Like,
it's called fad and trends.
Over enlightened.
Fad and trends.
Everyone's a philosopher now,
dude. Everyone's a philosopher now.
Everyone's Galileo.
I don't know. It's me. Like, it's hard because within social media, a lot of your business is about posturing yourself to be one way or another, and people have pushed me to like really be all over social media. And I know if I gave a fuck like that, like, it would be a done deal.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm so strict with how I interact with social media in the sense of like, if I'm going to put something out there, it better be of substance, and it better not be something that I'm parroting. It better not be something that I'm copy pasting from somebody else. It better not be because it's, the in thing or anything like that, or it's the hot topic. I don't give a fuck about all that shit. Like, I need to be able to do this without all that, and then maybe I have something of value to share.
Yeah, I agree. I would even say you do that like with your style of tattooing. The tattoos you've always collected have always been like very natural, like earthly tattoos. Like, again, you're a fifth dimensional being. Like, shh.
Don't be telling these hoes.
Hey, I'm an alien. All this alien theory too. We're all reptilians. That's what it is.
I have a theory, but
let's hear this theory. Or is it one of your jokes? It's a joke or is it a theory?
You want a joke? Because I
Let's
could
hear
pull up a joke
Kiko's
instead.
ready. He's been waiting for this. I see him on his phone, like ready to type them out. I'm gonna see it in my group chat for the next 2 weeks of random Theo jokes. It's like, nigga, I heard this one.
I honestly kind of came up with one, but it's a
Right now?
spin-off of.
Let's hear it because
a
I love when you
spin-off.
just make them quick
It's
like
a
that.
spin-off of a similar one that I've read. To be honest,
All right, let's see it.
where what do feet order at a Japanese restaurant?
What? What do feet?
What do feet order at a Japanese restaurant?
I don't know.
Sushi.
Sushi. Damn, that's really good, dude. I don't know how the fuck you do these.
Oh, speaking of which,
You got another one you just made.
No, fuck.
Sushi. That's how Spanish people say sushi. Sushi and su and chi. Vamos a comer, diablo. Coño. Let's go.
So I told you I'm working on a book,
Yes.
right?
Is
I'm
it-
working on a joke book. I'm not going to tell the name, but
You haven't thought of the name yet?
no, I have the
Oh,
name.
okay.
I have the name. The thing is, I haven't come out
How
with
many
any of
jokes?
this yet. Huh?
What?
Is that it's also a joke. Yeah. Yo, the way I flex on these dads, okay? You
Believe
do-
me. Believe
Holy
me.
shit.
You've never seemed to unamuse me, dude. You're killing it. I be at Bass Pro Shop chilling like, what? How? Hey, and then like, should we just, hey, you want to hear one? We're like, what? Even at work, bro. We would be at the tattoo shop all day. Should we doing something tattooing? Hey, you want to hear something? He's like, how does this? And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I just made that one up right now. I was like, no way. No way. It never stops. How many
Honestly,
jokes
I
you
get-
have collected already?
I haven't counted, but
Like,
if
give
you
or
want to
take.
see, give or take, I don't know. How many does this look like?
I mean, you're already definitely past 50 jokes. Oh my God. That's a lot.
Yeah, and I just came up with one.
Dude, you
Every
should-
single time I come up with a joke, I write it down.
That's what I should be doing with my comedy. I actually been testing my comedy
Yeah.
on these boats. So my first one is, and they're like stand-up comedy, they're just jokes. So I come up to the turn and be like, all right, guys. So if you pay the $32.99 ticket, this is how far we go. Thank you for coming to Gator Park. And then it's like within 2 minutes.
Mhm.
So we were like, oh, no, they told me it's this. And then another one I always do is like, so at the end when I go fast, I was like, all right, guys, go ahead and put your earpieces. Hold on to your hats if you like it. And hold on to your kids and your girlfriend if you want to keep them. I'll be doing shit like that. It'd be great.
That's
and then
funny.
when I finish driving, I always tell people, I was like, all right, guys, how do I do? I just finished how do I do? This is my first time driving with no hands. You're like, what? Because another thing, you be driving the airboat, and they'd be like, how the fuck is he driving this thing? And it's just front and side. There's no reverse, no nothing. And sometimes you literally have people hold 35 minutes like nodding at you and like, yeah, motherfucker. And so when you tell people, yeah, this is my first time trying to drive with no hand, everyone's like, what? And they're looking at you so sideways. It's fucking great. So when's this book being released? You should put it on Amazon. You'll make money. I know weird people that draw spiritual goal books on Amazon.
I mean, I have a number of books to put out. Let's be
No.
honest here.
No,
A
I'm talking about-
number. But that joke book is going to be the first one. And I'm being really intentional about this because I know I'm going to release a number of books.
Weren't you gonna drop?
And I want my first book to be just for fun.
Weren't you like doing some of your tattoo flash in your book and shit? Weren't you doing like flowers or something like that? You said.
What are you talking? Oh, shut the fuck up, bro.
Is it?
Maybe, maybe not.
So what's up with this joke book? I'm trying to be the first one about.
No, I mean,
I need
like,
dad jokes. I want Kai to be like, shut the fuck up.
no, it's gonna be beautiful. I'm actually super excited for it. Well, I'm thinking about having it created through Ingram Spark first, mainly because I want it to be hardcover. with some gold foil in the front.
Ooh.
Yes, I am fucking serious.
I haven't heard
about
that in
this
a minute.
shit.
Hardcover.
Hardcover,
Fuck
gold
that
foil.
paperback.
Okay, listen,
That's
this
for the
shit
poor
is like
people.
some coffee table type,
Forever shit.
you know, and
You
you
gonna
look
put it
at
right
it and you're like, damn, that's gorgeous. And then it turns out to be all fucking jokes.
Fuck, it's there.
It's all fucking trolling.
You should always put like a cheesy face if you like giving that eye like. You should have you gotta get a cool picture at the end of the Arthur. That's
I'm like trying to think, like, do I want to have my face on it? I don't.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because after
I
reading
have,
it,
I
we
have
would
my
never
logo.
expect. Like,
I have my logo right here, you know, and I could
Hey,
just go by that.
That's dope.
I could just go by that, and I'd be happy.
Hell yeah, that's dope. Do you just make those stickers?
This was a while back. I'm already out of them. Have I ordered more? No, not yet. Bro, I got so much shit. I got so much to create.
Are you gonna drop it or what?
I'm gonna drop it before the end of this year.
Oof.
I'm probably gonna drop it like
Oof.
maybe middle November. Yeah.
You gotta convince the bass to get it. They'll sell it. Easy. All day.
Honestly, my coworkers are probably going to be like my first customers
I
because they're the
it.
first ones to hear it, and like they hate me, but then when they hear it like passing by, they're fucking dying. Okay, this is the psychology of dad jokes, right? Because you say it. Let's say like I say it to you, right? Yeah. And you just give me the eye roll. I'm expecting that because what I'm gonna do later on is I'm gonna say it to you. With him in the vicinity, he's gonna be cracking the fuck up because he knows you're gonna be eye rolling.
That's true.
So either way, I'm gonna get you. And either way,
this nigga loves them shits.
I'm trying to make me laugh. Okay, so no matter what, audience is happy.
I'm always that joy. I mean, the whole point is too the crafty of like wordplay.
Mm-hmm. It's all about wordplay. If you want to make like a really good dad joke, you want to start with the punchline first.
That's what you always tell me.
Start with a word, right?
But you know who said that once? Chappelle. You might be onto something. Chappelle says he does all his jokes backwards.
Yeah.
He finds out what he wants everyone. He wants to see what people like get like. I don't know. He's like, and that's why I kicked the hooker in her pussy, or like that's what he says, and that's the joke. And then he literally tells you how it ends
all the way towards back.
Like, it's lit. It's fucking. And you said that, and I was like, damn, that's kind of. It's almost like making music. In music, you make all your rhyming words, and then after you get all your rhyming words, you make the sentences that go with the rhyming words.
So here, I'll break down one of my like classic archery jokes.
Let's hear it.
So the punchline is target.
Okay, go.
Punchline is target. Okay. All right. And how I built up around it is like, all right, how do I set it up so this is the punchline? Well, what do archers do with targets?
You shoot them.
You shoot them. Okay, but how do I make this funny? Well, like, why do archers love Target? Oh, well, I mean, they could be shopping there. You know? So what's an archer's favorite department store? Target.
He goes on to something. He's
like writing them all down. Yeah. I have a good one, but I feel like it's like slightly kind of like pushing it with religion. Slightly.
It's all right.
Not that I don't fuck with Christ or anything like that. Let's just say that.
Coming from the woman that said, I don't speak the native tongue. I do speak Hebrew, though.
No. Well, anyway.
You're close to God. He spoke Hebrew. Jesus did.
No, Jesus was with the shits, man.
He was with all the shits.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know?
All day. But let's hear it. Let's hear it.
What's a Christian's favorite type of bow?
Oh, no.
A crossbow. What is Jesus's least favorite type of bow?
I don't know.
A crossbow.
His least favorite. Jesus, that's two jokes with one line. She's a fucking wizard. Jesus Christ.
I came up with that one around Easter too.
Is that part of the joke?
Yes.
This is a performance.
That's what I'm saying.
This is Corner Studios. We have here Thea, the comedian. Hey, you be the second Asian comedian kind of person out there. She's funny as fuck. And then Aquafina, that bitch is funny as shit too. You ever heard of her? I don't know where she's from, but she's like, she has a very raspy voice. But she's crazy as fuck.
It's funny, I'll turn. Like, there was once I had made my boyfriend laugh like fucking crazy. And we're dying, you know, we're like heaving and all that. And I turned to him, I was like, dude, can you believe it? And he's like, believe what? I'm like, that I'm this funny? That's so fucked up.
Nah, dude, you're funny as shit. We gotta go hunting, but you can't have me laughing while we're hunting, dude. Be in the blind.
I cannot.
Like, oh my god, you see that duck? Yeah. Hey, Josh, you want to hear a joke right quick? Hey, Josh. What does
I was already trying to come up with a joke around sawgrass.
What does sawgrass call the other grass? Because it's funny that you said sawgrass, because I was literally about to say sawgrass, and
I was already thinking about it. I was already up in it.
Hey. What the tip? What does a sawgrass say to the other grass? What the tip? Nah, it's a fun note about sawgrass. The reason they have sawgrass on the edges is to catch the dew. And the dew collects it and brings it down to their base so they can have water.
Nice.
In the dry season.
Nice.
Everglades.
I remember as a kid, we went on like a little field trip and we had to like pick apart the peat. Right? That was my favorite part. I was like up all in that shit. My sneakers are fucked. They were white, by the way. Hell yeah.
Genius. Who cares?
I was like, who cares? I got peat. Yeah. You know, like I'm up in that, like looking for like little shrimps and stuff like that. I was having so much fun. And my teacher was like looking at me like, damn, I didn't know you were.
Who is this indigenous child?
I didn't know you were like that, Thea. Okay.
Whoa. Take
like,
it easy.
I've been with it. Come on now.
Still. But so what's your plans for the rest of the year besides hunting? What do you got going on?
Let's see.
You got your book?
Yeah, I got my book coming out. I'm actually
hunting.
I'm working on an archery guide and workbook for people that are getting into it. Not mainly, like I'm really excited about it. But it's in part and parcel of me really flexing and pushing myself to start creating guides in general for many different things.
Hell yeah.
Because with all the stuff that I do, I'm at a point now.
What's your favorite park to even go right now?
For what?
Like to be outside.
Like
no,
that's a spot. It's a secret spot.
I mean, you don't have to tell them the location.
Well,
so many parks here.
I know there's parks here, but like, you know, for me, it's when I share space.
Park in 84.
When I share parks that like I really love, it's because it's not one of those spaces that it's actually a park.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, I gotta take you to it because it's magical. Yeah.
But
we could go. I'm super down. Yeah. Now that the weather's getting better.
Oh, this is the time. This is definitely the time.
For sure.
People don't even know. But we got to plan on a duck trip.
I'm about it.
I can't promise you a bow shot. That's kind of ballsy.
What you mean?
Shooting a duck with a bow?
No. No, I know how that's...
Yeah,
that's not...
That's kind of hard.
No.
They're up there. And I don't trust a bow flying up. That sounds crazy. Just... But appreciate you coming out here. This is an awesome episode. Probably the latest and informative in many different ways. And the most cheesiest, funniest way ever. But thank you again, Thea.
Thank you.
Coming through.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
I wish everyone was here to enjoy your presence. You know, it's just me and Kiko doing our thizzle. We're always working. Me and Kiko are the main people, guys. I just want you to know we're out here. But hey, this is Talk About with Lust. I'm your host, Lust. And this is the end of the show. We outie. Yeah. Like a black belly button. I'm allowed to say that, guys. Like a black. That's my dad joke. Was the guy white or black who taught me that joke? Guess. On the next episode. Did it? Whoa, catch me now. Will you catch me now? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Chris Angel. Call me Chris Angel. You gotta take a picture, man.
What do you call water when it smokes weed?
High tide.
Hydration.
Hey, Kiko was close. You're on to something, Kiko. You've been on these jokes for a minute now. You might know how they work.
Oh,
Hydration.
I can't believe I didn't say that in the. Damn, I'd be forgetting my own jokes and then I go back and start cracking the fuck up. What do you call it when a duck cheats in a game? Foul play.